The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom is a massive achievement in digital freedom, offering players a sprawling playground of physics and imagination. You can build elaborate hovercrafts, construct bridges out of logs, and dive from the stratosphere. But beneath that limitless digital freedom, the game's story follows a rigid narrative architecture that limits player choice in favor of a heavily authored plot. This index details concepts like original sin and predestination. It belongs to the Westminster Confession of Faith, a foundational document of 17th century Calvinist theology, drafted in 1647. The narrative of Tears of the Kingdom aligns with the four-part progression of that confession: a corrupting fall, a willing sacrifice, a providential plan, and a final restoration. Analyzing the game through this specific framework reveals the source of its emotional weight. The plot feels significant because it operates on a structure designed to explain the mechanics of salvation. The Westminster Confession defines the fall as an active, defiling infection that leaves the individual wholly defiled in all faculties. In Tears of the Kingdom, that defilement is literally physical. It manifests as gloom, a toxic, dark material emanating from Ganondorf. The gloom causes an immediate, severe physical decay. Upon contact, it instantly rots the legendary Master Sword, destroying the kingdom's primary defense against evil. Next, the dark corruption targets the hero. The gloom saps his physical strength entirely, leaving his right arm blackened, burned, and weakened. On a macro scale, the gloom triggers the upheaval. It violently tears the landscape apart, opening massive chasms and plunging the world into a period of total chaos. By treating gloom as a physical infection, the game elevates evil from a moral failing to a literal, world-breaking decay. It mirrors the theological concept of a fallen world suffering under the weight of sin. Resolving that decay requires a mediator. The confession states a mediator must, most willingly, endure grievous torments and sacrifice themselves to satisfy justice and redeem their people. King Rauru, the first king of Hyrule, provides the first example of willing mediation. He sacrifices his own life and body to seal Ganondorf away when conventional power fails to stop the Demon King's rise. Princess Zelda realizes the shattered Master Sword can only be healed by bathing in sacred light for millennia, requiring a much longer, more total sacrifice. Zelda consumes her secret stone to undergo draconification. She willingly sacrifices her humanity, transforming into the immortal light dragon for thousands of years. Both Rauru and Zelda fulfill the strict theological requirements of the mediator. They knowingly endured tremendous suffering and the permanent loss of their physical identities to secure redemption. The confession states, "Providence is the foreordaining of all necessary means to achieve a holy end." It utilizes secondary causes and the actions of creations across vast spans of time. In the ancient past, Zelda engineers a massive, millennia-spanning providential design. She builds the infrastructure necessary for Link to succeed thousands of years in the future. She tasks the ancient sages to ensure their future successors, Tulin, Sidon, Riju, and Yunobo, are ready. This foreordination ensures that when Link arrives in the present, he has the exact allies required for the final battle. Every past event was positioned for his future victory. The overarching plot reveals a tightly executed providential design. The ultimate victory is not a coincidence, but a plan set in motion millennia before. The confession concludes with a victory over evil by almighty power, followed by a bodily resurrection and restoration. The game reaches this climax when Link and the Light Dragon confront Ganondorf's demon dragon form. Link shatters the dragon's secret stone, and the Demon King implodes in a burst of light, ending his threat permanently. Immediately following this victory, the heroes experience a miraculous restoration. The spirits of the ancient mediators intervene to return Zelda to her true human form, and Link's decayed arm is fully healed. This digital sandbox resonates so deeply because its narrative of sacrifice, providence, and restoration reflects the specific theological architecture established in the Westminster Confession. By anchoring modern gameplay in this historical structure, the game gives its fantasy world a sense of timeless consequence.